back for Black and Curious. I'm Kendrin.
What up, what up? It is Deja. How y'all doing?
Hello. If you've never been here before, welcome. We do a cross section of pop culture in real life, and today,
Girl.
whew, my God, we come to you with some chaos courtesy of Netflix. The
Across the pond.
Ultimatum South Africa.
They had a lot going on. Whole lot of.
This show, it started slow.
But it
It's
was
the first
good.
three episodes. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. But once it picked up, baby, it was on a sprint. Okay.
Hello.
It
Zoom.
hit its stride and it took off. So, where would you like to begin?
So let's run down the couples.
Okay.
Initially, when they came in, you have Nketeko. I always tell you the name wrong. Nketeko and Khanya. You have
Hmm.
Lebo and Nolla, Sezakele, and what was his name? Lindule.
Lindule.
Genesis and Thabi and the white people.
Yes.
I was like,
Mhm.
why did they throw this cast? Everybody was black, and then you had random white people that they did not fit the cast.
They did not.
Aiden
And like
and I don't even remember her name, but I remember
me
his
either.
name.
But like my first instinct was we're not going to get any mess out of them. The only way I thought we were going to possibly get any mess out of them is if Thabi had have gone with the white guy. But we didn't get no mess. We weren't going to get any mess out of them because
Mm-mm.
obviously there wasn't any like physical attraction off the bat. So like the mess was never going to happen.
Mm-mm.
They were going to be like the palate cleansers because there was no mess coming out of whatever the pairing was here.
Even
Oh,
once
just
they
by way of a
switched with
little
other
bit of
people.
background. Right. By way of a little bit of background, essentially the ultimatum is like one person in the couple brings the couple to this experiment to like decide if they're going to get married. And they spend the first, I don't know, week or whatever, getting to know each other and then they swap. But it's not like an even couple for couple swap, like they swap within whoever the
The
population is. So the
right.
couples are mixed up too. And then they swap for like I think 2 weeks
three
or a week or
weeks.
something,
3 weeks
three
with
weeks
the trial marriage, and then in 3 weeks with their original partner's trial marriage.
with their original partner, which is probably like actually a week in real time versus 3 weeks is what they're trying to sell us on what it was.
Oh,
Because they
really?
always like they always cram these reality shows and they film them in like that. So the whole thing
True.
probably got filmed over the course of 2 weeks. Um,
I don't know how you can know anything in 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Yeah, me neither, but I think that's part of the fun. So yes. Sorry, continue.
So those are all of the couples as at the onset of the show.
Hmm.
As we get down to the nitty gritty, when they start swapping and carrying on. Oh, I did forget a couple, Ruth and Isaac. Ruth and
I
Isaac.
thought did you forget what's her face?
I forgot the white people. And Ruth
Did
and
you forget
Isaac.
Thabi?
Because
Thabi
Tommy and
and
Genesis.
Genesis.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
forgot the main two with all the drama, Isaac and Ruth.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
so when everybody switched into their first trial marriage with the stranger, Isaac and Kanye got together, and
mhm,
then it was Ruth and Nola, Lebo and
mhm,
Aiden,
mhm.
Sizakele and Nkateko, and Thabi. Who was Thabi with? Oh, Landile.
Lindule. Yeah.
Baby, the everything it was just really a lot before they even got to being like in their relationships. There was a point when Siza and Lindile were sitting at the table because they were kind of mingling, trying to figure out who they were going to choose, right? And so
Hmm.
the couples, everybody kind of left the table to go have side conversations, and it left the exes together because essentially they break you up in this process, and then you go live with somebody else to experience like whether or not you're ready for marriage. So when Lindule looked at her and was just like, let's not do babe, let's not call me babe or whatever, like I was just like, dang, like y'all literally just separated from each other a couple hours ago. Now all of a sudden she can't even call you babe.
You know what I found was really funny about this show? How they were calling each other exes. I was just like, that's not your ex. Y'all are still actively in a relationship. Y'all just trying this little experiment to see if it's going to work going forward. But this is not your ex. Like, be for
Not at all.
real.
Not in the course of a couple of hours and maybe a day or two.
Mm-mm.
This show was really
Mm-mm.
crazy. The big drama of the show was between Ruth, Nolla, Lebo, Isaac, and Khanya.
And
Because
then there
like,
was some like after the fact drama with Lindule and Thabi a little
yeah.
bit. But
And
let's
come to
go.
find out, so with their little bit of drama, it was inferred that Thabi and Lindule was getting physically intimate.
What?
Mm-hmm. If
I know
you
they said intimate. Somebody said intimate, and then I thought they tried to clear it up, like not physically, but like emotionally intimate. Because I
mm,
thought they only kissed. I thought they only kissed for the first time the last day, the last night.
no, not the way they be hugging and carrying on each other. They had ventured into the nether regions at least once or twice. Nolla and Ruth, like I don't understand how y'all was together for a week and started smacking bellies. That was, I mean, I understand it, but in the course of being on this show, I was shocked and awed. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, it was like the first night they were already getting to it, and
Complete strangers. I'm like, I get it. I understand.
but the thing that cracked me up was like Ruth was even down to the reunion. Like, I regret nothing.
Nothing.
I did it
I wanted to do it.
because I wanted to. And I was sick of, I wasn't, whatever was going on with Isaac wasn't giving what I needed to give. And so I did it and I regret nothing.
Nothing. She said, I feel bad that he got hurt, but I'm not gonna apologize for what I did because I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I said, I know
And like
that's
there
right.
was pretty much. I mean, I appreciated her for that. But like there was suspicion all along the way that like something more had happened because both of them were acting kind of funny. Like the couples or the women sat down and then the men sat down, they sat down separately and people were like, "Okay, so how's it going with your marriage? Has there been any like physical touch or whatever?" And
Nolla was
both
lying the whole time.
Nolla and Ruth were clearly both lying
Mm-hmm.
when
I
they
don't
said
know
no.
that Ruth, did she say no or did she just not, she didn't talk about it?
She didn't talk about it, but she was clearly avoiding talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nolla was clearly talking around it. And like even in his confessionals, which I thought was really funny, he was kind of like, I mean, I just don't answer questions. Like sometimes I just don't. And I just like he was like one of those people you're talking to them and you're just like, do you even understand what I'm saying? Because you're saying so many things and none of them are the answer
What
to
I
my
said.
question. And it's like he understands perfectly well that he is not answering your question and he is doing it intentionally. He is just like,
Mm-hmm.
I just if I don't want to answer it, I will just say anything and I will just make up some mumbo jumbo. I will just keep talking around the situation. And that's what he did. And so
Yep.
everybody knew like
All the
something
men
had
were like,
happened.
"Oh, he's lying. Something has gone
Yes.
down." But like, he lying. He's not telling us the truth. Obviously, they're at that point when they had that first men's roundtable. I don't think any of the other men had any sort of intimacy with the ladies. I think that by the time they got back together, Lindile and Thabi absolutely was smacking bellies.
Okay. I wouldn't go that far. I think they were definitely affectionate and I don't know that it ever landed, but that's neither here nor to me that was neither here nor there. But like Lebo was clearly insecure about this situation because she like
Very.
going over there and spying. Her and Aiden are going to Ruth and Nolla's place and spying on them and stuff. In the bushes in the dark of night. It was just like, girl, what is happening here? So,
I was like,
anyways, finally,
that when I
Ruth
saw that play
is,
back, I was like, I didn't even, I guess again, it was, when you're not paying attention, you look away and you look back and then that's happening. I don't remember that part. I was like, did they really go
yeah,
over there in the middle of the
they did. They did because I wrote it down. Um,
night?
so
This show
then
was chaos.
let it was so much chaos. We're trying to like keep everything like kind of isolated, but everything was happening all at once. So it's like it's hard. But so Lebo, um, Ruth finally is like, I'm not going to talk about that all together with the group. I want to have a conversation on the side with Lebo. So
At like
she
the
tells
second
Lebo,
or third women's roundtable. It had to have been like
right,
the last roundtable before the big blow up. So maybe that was the third one.
right. So she is like, listen, it happened. Yes, we got to it.
Not
I'm
once,
sorry.
not twice, not even
Yes,
thrice.
not even three times.
I was like,
We
damn, Ruth, straight no chaser.
yeah, we've been getting to it. And listen, I'm sorry. I don't think she said I'm sorry, but she was just kind of like it
I just want you
is
to
what it is.
know, and I don't want it to be a surprise, but this is what's happening.
Right. And I don't correct. And I don't want you to hear from nobody else. So then Lebo is mad. She goes over there to confront the situation, confront Nolla.
Nola. Nola punk
And
ass
then
is like, why would
Nolla,
you tell her that? And he just in there denying it, like Ruth is sitting right there. I'm like, what?
and then and so then Nolla, not to be over there suffering alone, he calls Isaac and is like, hey, come over here. And
This
tells
had to be
Isaac,
like
who is
4 o'clock in the
Ruth's,
morning, 3 in the morning.
yeah, yeah, who is Ruth's partner. Hey, yeah, we've been having sex. So
They
I was
almost
just
come
like,
to fisticuffs. Okay, they get to swinging on each other. Nola walks after he says he drops the bomb because Ruth was trying to say it again, like she wasn't gonna lie about it because she was the one that told the truth from the start. But so
yeah,
when Nola says, "Okay, we've been having sex" or something like that, Lebo, which is Nola's actual partner, is like, "Oh, so now you're agreeing? Just a few minutes ago you were denying it. Now you're in agreement that this happened." And like after she says that, he storms out. Lebo and Isaac follow him to have more conversation. Nobody, well, Isaac was pissed off at Ruth, but for the most part, all the heat was gone, all the smoke was for Nola because he was lying. He lied to Lebo, he lied to Isaac, and all the rest of the fellas. And so um Aiden, who is like the trial partner for Lebo, he's in the apartment with Ruth, trying to console Ruth because Ruth is now like she's crying and like I guess she was like embarrassed because this person is denying that this even happened, and then your
yes,
actual partner is like on 10.
correct.
Y'all, you have got to watch the show on Netflix.
I
What
have
is it
to
like
watch this show.
eight or 10 episodes?
It's it's a quick binge. Honestly, I did it in like a day and a half. It's not, it's a quick binge.
Yeah.
So
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 that's
that
bomb
happened.
one.
Do you want to go through how all these couples end up? Do you want to do it in turn or do you want to just do it all at the end?
We'll just do it all at the end.
Okay, go ahead.
So that was bomb one. So after all of that
Mhm.
explosion and chaos and confusion, Nola and Lebo both left the show.
Correct.
Um, let's talk Siza and Nketeko
Hmm.
and Khanya. Girl, Caesar girl. I wanted to jump through that screen so bad, so many times. Cause that goddamn Khanya, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
You know what? Kandi reminds me of Connie on Young African and
Young,
Young
rich, and
Rich and
African.
African or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? That crazy lady, the one that bleaches. She reminds me of her. And then with her wig lifting,
Her wig was bad. And you got the audacity to be this much of a bitch. And you sitting here with this damn Frederick Douglass ass situation on the front of your head. Girl, you
delusional.
are
She was
bold.
delusional. Delulu.
Delusional.
Delulu. And for that reason, I actually enjoyed her because I
Oh,
love
she
a
pissed
little
me off so
Delulu.
bad. She
She
pissed me
cracked
off
me up.
so bad. Cause girl,
You know what
who
she
are
gave
you
me?
talking to?
Yes, also that. But she gave me she gave me soft hard wig, soft life. Have you
You ain't
heard this
lying.
theory?
You are not lying.
You've
Friend, you
heard this
did
on
that.
TikTok, yes?
Yes. That's why I laughed so hard.
Yes.
You did that.
She gives me hard wig, soft life. And I was just like, I
No lies
she
told. She
was
calling
just
people
the
tacky and
that
like, girl,
level.
look at you.
She's just that level of delusional. And I just, when it gets to that level of delusion, I have to do nothing but stand. Like, I have to enjoy it. In my spirit, I'm just like, you are crazy. And I love that for you to be on my TV acting crazy. Delulu.
Everything.
Delulu.
So with Khanya, everything was about Khanya. She thought that Nketeko and Siza was going on walks and cuddling and laughing and having such a good time to spite her, to make her jealous. And like, baby, half the time they didn't even know that you was within ear or eye
No,
shot.
no. They were just having a good time and enjoying not being around your evil ass.
Evil.
Wow. She is delusional.
Then the thing about
Delulu.
her and the like what pissed me off with this whole cast, nobody ever really got with her with the exception of Ruth after the
Mm.
big bomb dropped. When she tried to come at Ruth, Ruth checked her with the merry quickness, like I feel the heat that you're trying to give me and I'm gonna give it right back. But
Yeah,
nobody
yeah, yeah.
did.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
even the men. Like the even Nketeko said that he thought that he believed, along with Isaac, that Khanya was a gold digger because
Mm-hmm.
she don't want to do nothing. She don't want to cook. She don't want to clean. She don't want to contribute to the household in any sort of way. She wants to be a kept woman, and
Yeah.
she what she brings
100%.
to the table is her delusion.
Her
She really
delusion.
is. She came onto this show feeling as though she was one of them Instagram baddies. That is what
That's
I
why I
believe,
say, that's
and
why I
she
say
is
she
not,
gives
y'all.
Harvey soft life because she just gives that energy of like, I don't care. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not, and like, I don't have to be a 10. I don't have to have my stuff together, my bag, like my wig together. I don't have to have nothing together. I am the
Nothing.
prize, damn it. And that's it. And you don't have a right to ask any questions about that one way or the other.
Or to
I
ask
said
me
what
to
I
lift a
said.
finger to do anything. Homegirl says
I
she
love
wants to
her.
have chefs and housekeepers and all kind of things. And I'm like, well, can you afford that shit on your own, sis? Not to
I
say that
just
to have this expectation is wrong, that this is the type of life you want to live with your partner. Girl, do you? I aspire to also. However, at the same time, I also acknowledge that I'm going to be 50-50 with my partner. Like, that is the reality of life. Hell, and you ain't no guarantees that you're gonna be able to be 50-50.
I just I just enjoyed her because I just thought she was crazy as hell. Like, I'm sorry. Sometimes when I'm all watching reality TV in particular, I like delusional people. I love it. It cracks me up. And she is
She was
perfect for
not
TV.
funny to me. She was just like Stansberry mean.
No, she was not funny. I did not say she was funny. I said I found her delusion to
To
be
be funny.
hilarious. She was dead serious. And that is what was funny to me.
Girl, I
That was
mean,
funny
very serious.
to me.
Everything was about her.
Gosh,
Everything was
what
about
a
her.
time. What
Like,
a
she
time.
was calling Caesar disrespectful for even speaking to her. Caesar is Caesar Kelly, which I love her name, by the way. Her
Yeah.
name is beautiful. But like,
Uh-huh.
yo, I just was like, Caesar girl, just let me just step into your body for like 2.5 seconds and check this
And
bit.
like
Because
even when
who
Caesar went over there to her patio and she was just like, "Get off my patio."
going off, psychotic screaming, banging on tables. I'm like, you
Get
gonna do
off
all of
my
that? You may
patio.
as well have shoved that girl off the patio. You got that
But
kind of
what killed
smoke.
But what made me mad about that, only thing that made me mad about that situation, because I felt like Siza handled her own as best as she could. It was just like laugh it off because you can't get back with crazy. Like crazy is just crazy. Like there's nothing you can do about that.
No.
Um, but I
I
was
mean,
mad
but
because
ain't no way.
Nketeko didn't go over there. He like hyped
He
her up to
left
go over
her.
there, and then he did not go over there and protect her against Kanye's crazy ass.
I was like, what kind of shit is that? And to Caesar's point, when she got back with him, she was like, I feel like you sent me over there to set her straight because nobody has ever, like, you wanted me to do your dirty work.
Yeah, I
Girl, this
totally agree.
show, y'all have got to watch this show. Y'all have got to watch
Okay.
this show. So
All
we've
right,
covered
let's move.
Isaac and Ruth and Lebo and Nolla, Caesar Kelly and whatever.
Kanye, Kanye or whatever.
Kanye.
Let's do
She's just unpleasant.
Lin.
That's why I didn't bother to remember her name properly. Sorry, y'all.
Let's do Lindule and Thabi and Genesis. And who was Linda? Was that
Lindule
SZA?
was with Caesar Kelly, but he was paired up with the triangle is Genesis,
Okay,
Thabi,
right.
and Lindule.
But he was really upset when he saw SZA and
And Nketeko.
Nketeko at the pool together,
Mm-hmm.
being cuddled up. That's when he really fell into Thabi's arms, you know.
Yeah.
He was upset. He was really upset about that to
But
see
let's keep it
her
a stack. Thabi was trying
being
to
affectionate
she
with
was
somebody.
open armed with it. She
And
wanted him to
was.
fall in.
I was surprised actually that Thabi didn't pick the white guy. I thought she was gonna go with the white guy. This was a surprising pair for me. I
A
like
lot of the pairs were
them together.
surprising.
Actually, I kind of like them like them together. Um,
The fact that Isaac
right.
chose whatever over Lebo was dumb because I thought that he just was going. Him and Lebo had a connection.
Yeah. And they spoiler for the reunion, like we're gonna talk about it later, but they seem to still be friends. So
Right.
because he's kind of like,
I
well,
think that
she's
they
be
might be
talking to me.
dating
Well, they
for
should be.
real.
They should be. And he was kind of like, well, you always telling me that what's the face ain't Nola ain't worth a damn. So I don't know why you still over there. Um,
Child. But I'm not
okay,
gonna
so
hold you. This show gave very much Nollywood drama
of
because
course it did, and it
Lindile,
was great.
it was what?
It was great. Are you kidding me? I love this shit. And I like a little Nollywood from time to time, if we being
I ain't gonna
honest.
hold
Like
you.
it
I
is
do too.
chaotic.
I love Nollywood.
It is
Shout out to
chaotic.
our Nigerian cousins. We love y'all.
It's a good time. You know? I know it's a different country. Yes, I know. We're not stupid. We know it's a different country, but the drama was the same.
It was similar to the stuff that we watch, the shows and stuff that we
Correct.
watch on our Netflix. But yeah, but Lindile being an actor, like I feel like he was giving us his acting chops. He was trying to serve us a scene. I don't know that I
I see
buy
what
any of his carrying on.
okay. Um, I thought the gift giving situation was the most interesting part about their story. So Lindile left Thabi a gift in the apartment. So when Genesis came back, he came back with the gift. But the gift that Lindile gave to Thabi was on the bed with the stuffed animal. So she's like talking to Genesis, like, oh my God, babe. Oh, thank you. And then she turns around and it's like,
Another gift. Right. Genesis' whole body was like, he went from to.
So then she's like, oh yeah, I got him a gift too. I ain't get you nothing, but I got something.
Which was even crazier.
She
Like,
was like, I didn't get you
Tabby was
anything. I got something
also
for Lindile.
she was also very direct, like Ruth,
Mm-hmm.
like straight no chaser. But well no, Tabby was straight, but it was definitely a chaser involved. Ruth didn't give a fuck
At all.
whatsoever. Ruth was my girl. Okay. Help. Sidebar. Let's circle back to Ruth real quick. When Nolla met Ruth's family, and one of the cousins or the brothers said that basically when Ruth and Isaac be getting to the business, Ruth said that she don't be feeling nothing.
I caught that too. I was like,
Hollered.
ooh.
Why
It's
you
like
bring
I
him out
feel
like that?
exposed. But this show, I mean, we're not even getting to the deepest of the layers. Like we try to give an overview, but it was so chaotic.
So
Okay,
much
so
happening.
Thabi go takes the gift over to Lindule and is like, I got you this. They meet in the yard to
No, they
exchange
met
the gift.
in they met in so when they do the gift exchange, Tommy went over to the apartment that now Siza Kelly and Lindile live in.
No, I thought they met in the dead of night in the yard
Mm-mm,
to get the gift. And then he
mm-mm.
went inside with the gift.
No, he walked her outside.
Oh, okay. Well,
I remember because I was like, this is some messy
never mind.
shit. She done walked over
Okay,
here. They
so
all hugged up at the door like they, like they
cool.
lovers. This is why I said I think that they was getting to the business.
Probably. Okay, so the gift is exchanged and and
Baby, what's
SZA
this
is like
bag?
the experiment is over. Take her that shit back. We You should have did that when y'all was play married. Y'all not play married no more. You back over here. So go take that shit back to her.
Period. Because this is the home that we sharing. Like, girl, why would you? Why? And on his part, why would you leave the evidence?
Correct. And so
Like
he moved too slow, and SZA was
two
like,
days too
"Don't worry
slow.
about it. I'll take care of it." Knocked on the door with with Thabi and Genesis. It was like, "Girl, we don't want this.
Like, this is
Goodbye."
disrespectful to my partnership. If you all wanted to exchange gifts, then you should have done that when you all had your time together. So I had to bring this back because I'm this is very disrespectful to me and my relationship with Lindile. And I'm like, well, bitch, where the hell was all this smoke when you was talking to the psycho? I would rather you've been stumbling over your words and nervous and uncomfortable talking to the psycho than to come in here for guns ablazing with Tabby.
What a good time. This show was such a good time. It was
And
a
then
good time.
when they got together for the girls' round table, the round table that Ruth checked Khanya at, Tabby and SZA are sitting next to one another. Tabby looks at SZA and says, what was with all that drama the other day with the gift and lauded, like you trying to come at her, but like, girl, you know you was wrong. Even your man said you was wrong.
This show was just such a good time. I hope they do more seasons of this because that was just, it was everything to me. So let's do the reunion right quick. Let's talk about the fate of the couples and how they're doing now. Do you
Girl,
want to go in the same order or try to keep the same sort of order?
I don't even remember the order I started in.
Fine. We'll
The
do
people
Nolla
that
and
are
Ruth.
still together, Sizakile and Lindy Lay are together. They are engaged to be married. And I'm
I
just
thought they
like,
were married already
I thought
watching the
so
show
too.
because he was wearing rings. I feel like he
But
was wearing rings on both his fingers, but I think it's different culturally.
yeah, he just didn't announce it. Genesis
Mhm.
and Tabby said that they paused the engagement because culturally there's things that they have to do traditionally before they can go forward in their engagement, but
Yeah.
they're still together.
And they've been together a really long time, like a
seven
long, long time.
years. Seven
hmm
years at the start of the show. So who knows? This is like a
hmm
year later. So I'm assuming that it was 8 years by the time they was at the reunion. Um,
hmm
ironically, oh wait, before we do the reunion, let's talk about the people with the proposals, because that's the thing at the end. So at the end of the show,
Okay.
everybody has to come do their actual ultimatum, and then we get the reunion. So SZA and Lindy Lay, they got engaged. Genesis and
hmm
Tabby got engaged. Nketeko and Khanya, Nketeko pissed me off because you should have just been like, we ain't there yet and keep it pushing. You gonna come down here to this ultimatum thing, giving this bitch a goddamn promise ring. And she was
She was
all
never going to accept that.
never. So she was all like shits and giggles until like he said something about promise, or he said something and she was like, what do you mean? Like, well, what is this? And he was like, a promise ring. And she was like, that was never part. What made you think that that was an option? One thing about Khanya that I'm not gonna be mad at is homegirl holds no punches. She say everything she thinking.
Says it
But
exactly
like,
like it is.
girl, so they have their usual chaos and drama, and they are a poster, they are a case study for the bad girl and the sweet guy, because literally, like, she runs
Yeah, but he
circles
seemed to
all over and
enjoy
around
it.
him. Exactly, that's what I said. They are the case
He
study of
enjoyed
that.
it.
He loves her
Yeah,
chaos and
he enjoyed
confusion.
it. Absolutely. He enjoyed it. Like you could tell. That's why I didn't feel bad for him. And that's why I thought the whole thing was kind of humorous, because once they finally got back together and she was talking so bad to him, he was just like, oh, come on, come on. Like, oh, come
And
that's
you
how
know what? I'm
she
not gonna
is.
hold
I'm like, oh,
y'all.
he's into it.
Watching them go back and forth, I said, damn, that's my mother and father. No lie. My mother is mean. She will say anything. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's for you to say
That's
one
the
way or the
house I
other.
grew up
Anyways,
in. Chaos and confusion.
so okay. And so who else got engaged? We know that Isaac and Ruth
Aiden
did
and the
not.
white people. The
The
white
white
people
people.
did. Because I don't remember her name. I know his name because I feel like she didn't say shit the whole show.
She didn't. I didn't even write no notes about her. I just said the white couple. Um,
So,
I'm like scrolling the notes. Like, did I write her name down? No, I did. What nothing to say.
she barely talked. That was just a bad casting choice. So,
Oh, she was paired with Genesis. That's why we didn't have any real notes on Genesis, because they wasn't. I mean,
they
she
won't even
didn't
really
open
have a
up to him.
conversation.
They didn't really talk. Nothing was really happening there. So,
Mm-mm.
anyways, go ahead. White couple gets engaged.
So we got three couples out of five. You got three couples that actually got engaged, and Nketeko and Khanya did whatever they did, and then Isaac and Ruth absolutely did not.
Correct.
One of the things that we did not say is that when Ruth and Isaac got back together in their trial relationship, they was going at each other's throats basically,
Yeah.
and she was like, I can take the fact that I effed up or whatever. It is what it is, and if my effing up has made you decide that you don't want to be in relationship with me anymore, then that's something I gotta accept. Like, okay, bet.
Yeah. She
Like, and
just seemed
so
like she was over it, and she didn't really want to
yeah,
be in a relationship anyways. So
no,
she was just looking for a way to end it. And maybe that was her way of ending it, was to cheat on him or to have that carrying on with Nola, because she knew
mm-hmm.
that was gonna be the end for sure. That's
But
what
I
it felt like to
mean,
me.
she wanted no relationship. If we keep it a stack, they lived hours apart, and they were together for 2 years, and you never met any of his family, friends, anybody of the sort. Y'all want
No, I
another
agree.
relationship.
No,
And
of
that's what
course
she
not. Of
felt.
course.
She said
Yeah.
that. Ruth was
Yeah,
the
she did.
realest one on this cast.
She
Ruth
was,
was
but
my
it
girl.
felt like she was just ready for the relationship to be over, and she was going to do whatever it took to get the relationship to be over. Like, she didn't have
Yeah.
a whole lot of emotions about any of this. She was just kind of like, whatever, I did what I did, and I don't care.
I don't know that she didn't have
All right.
emotions about it. I think that she just wasn't regretful. Um, but so on to the reunion, the couples that are together, the shock of the ending of this series was that Khanya and Nketeko had a baby.
So I was watching it, and I was like, she seems softer. She seems like, as I'm watching it, the whole reunion, I'm like, she just seems so much more demure and like soft and kind. And she's like apologizing. She apologized to Siza for talking so bad about her and like body shaming her. And she was just like, I was just like, this is not the Delulu lady that was on there. And then they reveal at the end that they had a baby. And I'm like, okay, so that's what softened her, is becoming a mom.
I'm like, Lord have mercy. All that shit she talked, and you didn't had a baby out of wedlock. All right, girl.
Mm, mm, mm. Mess.
Um,
So
so
Lebo and what you call it, Lebo and Nola, they are together, but then Lebo is like,
I'm done.
I
And
don't
did it
really
on
think
TV.
this is working. Isaac kind of prompted her though, because Isaac was like, "You're not happy. We be talking and you're not happy. You're not
And
happy, and
Nola's
I don't know
face
why
was
you're
like,
still there."
y'all be talking.
And Nola's
Nola's
face,
eyes got huge.
Correct. His face was kind of like, what you mean? Like, how do you know that? Like, why y'all be talking so much? And then Lebo was kind of like, yeah, no, I'm not really happy, and this is not serving me, and I don't trust you, I don't like you, and we should not be together.
Nope. And then this is why I would keep saying that this show gave me Nollywood. He starts like welling up with tears. I don't know if it was genuine. I don't know if it was, I don't know. Welling up with
Nothing
tears,
about him brings us genuine.
Walks off the stage and is having this whole like man breakdown. Genesis goes to console him, and then they like come back, and then they basically wrap the show up because there's not too much more drama to be had at this point.
Yes. And I'm sitting there like, it seems to me, and he's like, oh, trying to blame Lebo for the situation and blame everybody on the situation. Ruth and everybody else on the situation. And I'm sitting there like, it just looks like you are suffering consequences to me. My God. What a concept. And even Genesis was kind of like, dude, I mean, these are your actions, and you have to accept responsibility for your own actions. Like these are the consequences of your own actions. So he came back out kind of a little more humble-ish, and that was kind of it. I think that was kind of the end.
What I'm saying, there wasn't too much more drama after that. So y'all,
Genesis and what's her face?
Thabi.
Why can't I ever? Thabi. Genesis and Thabi are. You said that they're engaged. They're still. Well, they took a step back from the engagement.
They took a step back because they have to do the cultural traditions for them to be engaged, but they're going to be together regardless. So
yeah,
y'all get down in the comments and let us know if you've been keeping up with the franchises, because apparently there's other ultimatums on Netflix. So now I'm about to go watch them too.
I have heard that there are, but I have a hard time thinking that the drama is going to rise to this level.
No.
And like, it's not just the drama, it's like the personalities plus the drama and like just the guts of it all. I have a hard time thinking like an American ultimatum. Like they're gonna just be messy, but it was just something about this that was additional to the mess, you know?
Well, did you watch the original ultimatum? Because it was American. And then they spun it.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was American, but I didn't watch it. No, I didn't see a reason. And now I'm like, if y'all do South Africa, I am signed up.
Girl, I want to. That show made me want to go to South Africa because I was like, this just looks like, this be fun. Not the drama, but just like the culture and the ambiance and whatnot. It just looks beautiful. So anyway, y'all get down in the comments. Let us know if you're watching these types of shows over on the Netflix. Let us know if we should do a perfect match, because I did put that in there for us to talk about next. And if you've watched it. And then make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.
Bye.